Hi, Chris White from TAP Pest Control Installation. So we always get the question of, well, what is TAP? How is this different than the average installation? Well, I'm glad you asked. So TAP is actually a pesticide. We are considered to be a pesticide. We are an EPA registered pesticide for the bag. So that means we are a pesticide in the form of an installation. That's right. So we're not, what I hear a lot is people calling it an installation with a pesticide added. That's not actually true because we are a registered product in and of itself. So TAP is actually a pesticide that just happens to be in the form of a cellulose insulation. So you really have the best of two worlds, right? So we are pest control companies and we are providing a service on the pest control side, but we can also provide the energy savings for a customer that can be as much as 30% of their heating and cooling bill. So it's a big savings when you think about it over 1 month, but I think in terms of a year, that's only having a few months free, right? That's a big number. So, and that's going to continue on and on and on, be able to make that savings. So as a EPA registered pesticide, we can only be sold to homeowners by licensed pest control operators. So this is going to eliminate a lot of those installation contractors that just do the average installation jobs that have no insect killing capability at all. They're just putting an insulation in. So this is going to kind of separate you to offer a better value than what any other company can actually do. So it's a good thing to note that the product of insulation in people's attics have varied over the years, and that's because our codes have changed. So as much as prior to 1960, early 50 into the 50s, we weren't really putting insulation in new homes. They just didn't have anything in there. You might notice this if when you go into a very old home, that if it hadn't been done since then, it's probably got no insulation in the house at all. So we started adding it in later because we wanted to conserve energy because that stuff got expensive. So even when we were in the 80s and 90s and into the 2000s, the codes were much less than what they are today. In fact, the U.S. Department of Energy is a little bit higher than building code, which is what we do follow because that's the optimal amount of energy savings that you can get for the dollar. So that's what we're following. And in fact, the Department of Energy says that 80% of the homes out there today are under insulated. That's some big numbers. I mean, you think about, I recall building code for attics being an R19 at one point. Well, in some northern areas, the minimum is R49. So you can imagine that is a big difference. And you really could see some big savings by adding that. So this product, as TAP being an EPA registered pesticide, is going to give your homeowners that added layer of pest protection and the ability to save on their heating and cooling bills as much as 30%. So there's some big numbers you can see there, and your customers really benefit. And sort of that hidden benefit to you by offering it is the loyalty of your customers. Can you imagine someone comes in and offers you a solution to keep the bugs out, stop anything from infiltrating from the attic, because we all know that bugs do like to go into the attic, especially in the fall, and they're trying to stay warm for the winter and overwinter in somebody's attic. Well, eventually they're going to make their way into the walls and into the house. Well, TAP is an added layer of pest protection to stop that from happening. So it's going to develop some really loyal customers that are really going to enjoy having that peace of mind. In addition to when that heating and cooling bill comes in, it'll be much lower. So some very happy customers, which isn't that what we all want? So if you're not adding a TAP program and you've thought about it but not sure, talk to us. We'd be happy to talk to you a little bit more about it and how it can really help you and especially your customer base. Have a great day.